Is it too dark or is it too dork? Will I automatically make it too dork just by showing up? Good morning. We're on College Avenue here in Somerville, Massachusetts, walking up to Davis Square. It's what, 5:07? Yeah, 5:07 a.m. 7 minutes past 5 o'clock. If it gets a little dark, be alarmed. Be very concerned. There's a disproportionate amount of unhoused people. There was a young couple that was camping out here, and they had to put these signs up to, ward them off. Now that's the only street. That's the one street lamp that's illuminating about 2 blocks. This is the Baptist church. Yeah, see? I mean, how about some proper illumination here, city of Somerville? This is where the homeless guy would be camped out, right in front of the Baptist church itself. You can barely see it. You could see it better if there was illumination. And he tried to attack me because I was saying good morning to the bunnies. No planets this morning, but trust me, they're above the clouds. No planets. But we did see a bunny friend. What we got over here? Truck. Da-da-na, 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 da-da-na. I am the passenger, and I ride, and I ride, and I ride. I run through the windows of ride. I see the morning on inside. I see the bright and hollow sky. I see the stars come out tonight. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Happy Friday. It's the Gratitudeless Show. First thing in the morning here from Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America, North America, planet Earth, Sol system, outer spiral arm, Milky Way galaxy, Andromeda supercluster, known universe, unknown multiverse. Let's get to it. We are in the head house of Davis Square, Red Line Station. Currently free of the unhoused population. I am not making fun of those people whatsoever. Gosh, that would be kind of cruel. They got it bad enough. I'm just pointing out, just be safe. Seriously, be safe. There's nothing more dangerous than a desperate, needy human being. So there was a great Deep Space Nine quote. The Ferengi are talking about it, about humans. You would think these humans are great. You just wait till they're hungry and needy. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is the Gratitudeless Show, and on Fridays we do something just a little different, especially in an election year. Okay, didn't screw up the show. We needed to get a thumbnail. How are you doing today? Gratitude. Let's get the gratitude out of the way so we can get to the apolitically incorrect Friday content. I am grateful and blessed for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. I got both. Got a good night's sleep. I woke up this morning, 3:37 a.m., roll out of bed, take my panic pills, put on the kettle, turn on the toaster, make one slice of cinnamon raisin toast slathered in butter, a vitamin C fizzy drink, a half French press full of fresh brewed coffee, and I look at my Twitter DMs and I got an invite from Wes to be on the show tomorrow morning. Yeah! Saturday morning cartoons like a mofo! How is he this enthused at 5:12 a.m.? How is this humanly possible? A good night's sleep, a solid breakfast, gratitude in your heart. You know, you could do it too. A lot of it has to do with a good night's sleep, I'll tell you that much. I hope that's not human feces. No, those are chicken fritters. Chicken. Oh, why would you do that to a poor, helpless chicken? It already lost its life, and now you're wasted it. Oh, I know. But if you look at everything as some kind of weird continuum, you know what I mean? You can get yourself out of that. Go. Go! Yeah, the gratitude list show is something that we do every morning, usually every morning. Gratitude has really helped my life. It's reformatted my self-talk. It's given me greater purpose. I have more perspective. I am the same human, same body, same bank account, same job, same potential. But now I'm a bit more fully realized. And it helps me on a day-to-day basis. Gratitude's been the most successful in the coping mechanisms in my emotional toolbox that I've ever learned. And on Fridays, we try to do something a little different called Apolitically Incorrect. I used to have a huge political acumen. Grew up an only child, single mom in the 20th century, in the mid-1970s and 1980s as a small child growing up into teenagehood. And I had newspapers, I had encyclopedias, I had books, I was a voracious reader. I could read at a ridiculously young age. Not just read, but comprehend and spell. You know, when the adult starts spelling words in front of the child, that didn't work very long. I'll tell you that much. Okay, F-A-R-T. But I read the newspaper. It was just like third grade. I'm reading the Boston Globe, and they're like, reading the op-ed, the opinion editorial page. It's usually the last page of the first section of the newspaper. Opinion, an editorial, and you have political content, and you have usually a balanced. When there was more balanced views provided in mainstream news sources. So, and I grew up with that. Steve, here in Boston, Massachusetts, where, it's a hotbed of like political talk and stuff. We're a hub of the multiverse, a hub of the universe, a hub of academia as well. So many colleges around here. It's an erudite kind of place. I used to watch Meet the Press every Sunday, back in the Tim Russert days. So that's going on a while now, all right? And, but I let all that go. Like the Buddhist thing of attachment. Your suffering is equally proportionate to your attachments. Seriously. So I let all that stuff go. But still, it exists. And it persists. And it's out there. Especially every election year. Presidential election year. And it's just terrible. The two choices, first of all, a binary choice. You only get two choices. You get this or that, hot or cold, sorrow or joy. Who's the greater threat to democracy this time around? It's fear tactics all the way down. But that's politics for you, right? Vote or you will die. Something like that, yeah. This show is unfiltered, unscripted, unrehearsed, unedited. So I shoot from the hip and from the heart. And, yeah. Let's begin. Comics Explained says that. I love his show. That's a good guy, man. I love his content. This weekend, I'll be on Wes's tomorrow, Thinking Critical's Comics Aficionados, 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern. I should be on Bandito Bane's Geeks Talking Geek at 7 p.m. Pacific. No, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And then Sunday, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, I have the Super Sully Sunday stream. Holy alliteration, Batman! I get potentially 3 shows to be on this weekend. Heck of a hobby. Keeps me occupied, keeps me busy. And I love it. Thank you, everyone that tunes in, and everyone tuning into this show. It's a politically incorrect Friday. I get asked by my in real life friends who are mostly lefties, Democrats. So when I talk about lefties and Democrats, I don't mean them at all. They're great people. That's just like where their hearts and their votes lie, and they're very well intended, and so it's like I always feel kind of bad about it too. I remember in 2019 when the election was revving up, in 2020, Twitter's a place for jokes and shit posting and puppy and kitty pictures and food porn, and just like the left's ability to turn Twitter into a weapon as a cudgel to cow and silence the right was inappropriate in the first place. I'm blessed and grateful for Elon Musk. The way that the left turned on Elon Musk is amazing, and it's a great model on why I don't trust that tribe. I trust individuals. I judge things on an issue by issue basis. I'm in the middle. I'm trapped between these two opposing forces. You know what I mean? Both vying for power. And, but look at Elon Musk. You have reusable rockets, Starlink being like internet for the world, He's trying this thing called Neuralink. And he's also, through that, trying to find technological solutions for blindness. And then there's also Tesla, electric vehicles. And just because he chose a different political path and that he took Twitter away from the left, he was completely demonized and he's some kind of monster now. I'm not going to fall for that. Seriously. And then Dick Cheney endorsing Kamala Harris? That is a very interesting thing. Because Dick Cheney was the enemy. And this is allyship. And this is the uselessness of allyship. Allies can change allegiances. Allies can break pacts and treaties. This is true. I would rather have neighbors and co-workers than allies, because people have different interests. People have different beliefs. And people need to coexist and still live next to each other and still work next to each other. And the left scares the shit out of me, because it's like do they really plan on a world without their opposites? How are they going to achieve that? Really? The history is a terrible place, and it's filled with the victors who have built their empires on paving over the remains of their vanquished. That's history. I'm not advocating violence. I am a pacifist. Violence is a language. Violence is a negotiation dispute resolution tool. Something, yeah. But also, it's like, geez, seriously, just give the election to Kamala Harris now. The fact that she was, nominated without being nominated that's scary. Nobody on the left seems to have any concerns about that, because it's going in their favor. If that was on the other's foot, there would be a huge furor and hubbub and cry, and rightfully so. It's so shady, and that's so weird. And then, the fact that Kamala Harris is from California, her running mate, Tim Walz, is the governor of Minnesota, and the states of their states, especially during 2020 and all this mostly peaceful uprisings, when we had COVID restrictions, but going outside to be part of activist demonstrations was scientifically okay. And then the false comparisons of like, what is insurrection and what is peaceful? Well, January 6th was fucked up, to be honest with you. Seriously. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure out that, like, what was the body count? What was the collateral damage? Also, there's like the whole thing in like the First Amendment that you have the right to redress grievances with Congress. Now, you didn't do that in a very organized or a peaceful. Well, peaceful is that whatever. No one brought guns. There was no. I don't know. It's useless talking about January 6th. January 6th is like some kind of secular holy day. It's Insurrection Day to the left because they hold that up as like some. But there's been 2 assassination attempts on President Trump, but they're still talking about Charlottesville. They're still talking about January 6th, but they don't talk about. Come on. Seriously, I just. How am I supposed to agree with that? How am I supposed to take you seriously? No one. Hey, Feliz Viernes. How you doing?
Okay.
Awesome. And oh wow, it's crowded this morning. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 people on the subway car at 5:20 a.m. here. Oh yeah, I get asked like, why don't I make fun of the conservatives and Republicans? Why am I so hard on the Democrats and the left, and not so on their opposite number? I feel like conservatives have spoken for themselves. The Republicans speak for themselves, really. They really do, and they've never really been portrayed as very heroic, I guess, or not like the Democrats have historically. And now the Democrats are just, now that they're like, they scare the shit out of me. Seriously. The way that Hillary Clinton talks about like curtailing free speech. What is misinformation? What is hate speech? Well, to be true, there are legitimate models of that, but then the rest of it is all who's ever in power gets to dictate what is dissent or not. That's the whole purpose of free speech. If you don't like it, ignore it. You do not want these voices pushed into the underground where they can really start something sinister. I come down to this too. Okay, there have been 2 assassination attempts on President Trump in the past couple of months. All right. From 2008 to 2016, we had 2 administrations with President Barack Obama, and there were 0 assassination attempts on him that we know of. If there was a huge amount of racism and white supremacy, as is purported by the left, I'm pretty sure there would have been some attempts on President Obama's life. Someone is just as brave or misguided or as who made an attempt on President Trump would have done that already. I'm supposed to believe that, right? I'm still of the opinion that 9/11 scared the hell out of the world, and that's why we're in the mess we're in. It was because America united after 9/11, and we kind of went and tried to kick the shit out of some people. And I think that sense of unity and power scared the world. Now that 23 years later, they I like to joke and say they awakened their sleeper agents, and they've started this divisive campaign thing because it says "United We Stand" on our currency. So there's the recipe right there: divide and conquer. Oh boy. And yeah, but I listen to people on the left. I listen to people on the right. They both have solid ideas. They both have really stinky cheese. There's no sense of cooperation. The left has no sense of, like, I mean, at least with the conservatives, because they might be wackadoos, but I think they envision an America coexisting with, liberals, progressives, left, and Democrats. The other way around, I think that progressives sincerely want to eliminate conservatives and the people who are adjacent to them, because people that are adjacent to conservatives support them, tacitly support them, and give them a space to exist and breathe and to spread their word. Lefties scared the shit out of me, and rightfully so. Look at China. Look at the Cultural Revolution. I read a lot of history. Maybe it's America's time to suffer that and to get through that together, learn some lessons, hard lessons. Weak men make hard times. Hard men make strong times. That's like one of those truisms. Seriously. It's going to somebody's plan. On Apolitically Incorrect Fridays here on the Gratitude List Show. I am grateful and blessed nonetheless. I am grateful for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. I'm grateful for my political acumen. I'm grateful for my wisdom that I've gained. The spiritual wisdom, too, that told me to let that shit go. It's not helping me. It hasn't helped me find a wife. It hasn't helped me in my life. It's just the most divisive thing on the planet. I'm for unity. I'm for coexistence. I'm for a left and a right wing beating in time to keep this American eagle aflight. That's my metaphor. Get your own. It's infinity times infinity and times infinity. Look, you can see it. Have a good day, man. We got fresh fish and chips on Friday. Okay. I hope you like them. Awesome. Fresh and chips and fish. Yeah, we have fresh fish and chips today. Through September 29th. Just a track work. Take the train all the way to the end of the other line to get on a shuttle bus. Wow. At least you can take the commuter rail from South Station, but that is going to be disabled for 2 of those weekends. But this is much needed track work. And when it's done, it's done. Grateful and blessed that, I have not moved down there yet. And I'm grateful and blessed to have this opportunity to, make sure my stepdad's all settled in his new place before I move down there. And that I can avoid this interruption on the MBTA. I don't have a car. I depend on public transportation. It's going to be a 45-minute commute just on the subway. Bring something to read. Alrighty, well, it's Friday. Thank you for tuning into Apolitically Incorrect Friday, where I rant and rave about politics and about my apathy towards it. And I don't have answers. All I have are more questions. And my question is, how can you trust Harris and Waltz when you look at the states of the states that they came from? I mean, the same goes for Trump, too. I mean, look at New York. But he's also from Florida? I don't get it. But I do get open borders. And we got to close the borders. I'm sorry. But I'm not for, forced deportation. We got to keep who we got. And we got to, we're not going to round anyone up. No one's getting rounded up. I hope not. See, I'm not in charge. I should be president. President Sully. I would make Pikachu my vice president. We'd have some really shocking policies. Well, I will be, program notes, I will be on Wes's Thinking Critical tomorrow, 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern, comics aficionados talking about comic books and pop culture. I should be on Bandito Bane's Geeks Talking Geek at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Saturday night. I will send a community note with a link. And then, as always, usually Sunday, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, the Super Sully Sunday stream. If I don't have a date with a girl, that is, because I might. Wish me luck. That's all I ask. Send a prayer my way. I could use it. Thank you so very much. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that like button. Turn on those notifications. Ring that bell. We're still a growing channel. We talk about spirituality. We talk about cooking. We talk about pop culture. And we talk about gratitude and how it can change your daily life. I am grateful and blessed for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. And that's just the foundation 8. And just by taking the past 5 years to embrace gratitude, I have been able to reformat my self-talk into something a hell of a lot more constructive, a heck of a lot more positive. And I have greater purpose and greater perspective. All right, Alonzi, let's land the plane. God bless, namaste, good luck, and have a great Friday, all right? Thank you so very much. Cheers, bye-bye.